So today we've got a lovely M4 CS in for a half cage fitting. I'm going to be showing you the process for fitting a half cage into an M4. The process is pretty much the same for all of the BMWs. Foot plates might be in slightly different places, different mounting points, but the process is the same. This has been spec'd up with a front cross and curved gussets on the front. It's been finished very nicely and an anthracite. Going to get it into the car. This one's a split cage. Some of them are solid cages, but for this one, I'm going to be splitting it in half, getting the cage into the car and showing you how to do it. First step with any of the BMW cage installs, pop the rear quarters off. You don't usually need to remove them, they just need popping out of the way so you can lift them up to be able to bolt the cage in. Rear bolsters off and both boot side carpets out. So this is the perfect time to take out the little clip where the rear seat belt comes through, because if you're putting a rear cage in, rear seat delete in, you'll be wanting to fold the seat belt behind the bolsters. Just get a screwdriver behind, there's a little tab, just pop it forwards. And then you just very carefully just pop the trims off. Taking all of the little pot clips out. There's usually a luggage strap in the bottom that needs to be unscrewed, and then we're going to be taking the boot side carpets out. Down a smudge. Yeah. So once all the carpets are out, get the rear section of the cage in, if it's a split cage that is, either through the boot or through the doors. Get the rear of the cage loosely bolted up, then you're ready to get the front of the cage positioned in and mark where the holes are going to be drilled. Right, so the cage has been loosely fitted. We've marked up the holes for drilling. We're going to take it out, drill the holes, and then everything will be ready for fitting. Look at that, straight through. Ready? Once you've drilled your holes, remember to put the rear quarters in before you fit the cage. Just put them in loosely, lift them out of place. This is just to make sure that you're able to clip them back in. If you put the cage in without putting the rear quarters in, you won't be able to get the rear quarters in. Right, so now the front section of the cage has been put into place. We've put the bolts through, tightened them up. We've made sure that the seat delete has been just loosely put in position. That's because we've got a front cross on this cage, and if we try to put the seat delete in after the cage, it wouldn't fit. So once the cage is in, you can either decide whether you want to trim the carpets or not trim the carpets. Without the carpets being trimmed, obviously the only thing that's been changed from the original car is some extra holes have been drilled. Trimming the carpets does make it a little bit less reversible, but it still can't be seen if the rear seats were ever to be put back in. Usually just use the cutouts for the rear seat clips as a reference, just cut from there. So on a few of the BMW cages, where they mount behind the boot carpets, the carpet needs to be trimmed. Usually the best way to do this is to take a known point in the car, like one of the pop clip points, and measure back and then down from it to where it's going to be cut through. From there, just mark it up, cut a slit in it, and you should be able to manipulate the carpet around it for a nice finish. So once the cage is in and the base panel is slotted in, the next thing to do is to put the lower back panel in. There's two plates that come with the kit that have 4 holes in them. You just put them half over the bottom piece, slide it up into position, and then you're ready to put the top piece on. So the upper piece of the seat delete mounts using these plates that come with the seat delete. They clip into the same places that the seat back clips into. The easiest and best way to do this is to put some double-sided sticky on them, clip them into place, peel off the double-sided sticky tape, and then put the back piece into position. Then you can unclip it, screw them in, clip it back into position. Get the back piece, just slot it on, make sure it's very stuck to the double-sided sticky tape. Then you pop the levers in the boot that you use to put your back seats down, take it out and screw them down. And that is how to fit one of our BMW track day half cages and seat delete kits. To shop our half cage and seat delete range, visit swmotorsports.co.uk.